Hi guys, and welcome to this week's episode of Rolene's Rendezvous. So today I visit the Nelson Mandela Theatre in Johannesburg, Braamfontein, to talk to the man whose Melbourne train ride experience made people take note of him on a local and international level. He's known as a DJ and a comedian who's got more impressions than a 12-piece KFC feast. And last but not least, quote, just a wild South African that needs a microphone and a stage. Today I rendezvous with Kevin Fraser. Now, I feel like I don't know you as well yet, so I'm just going to play A or B quick games, because I say, you can get to know someone by their answer. Game of Thrones or the 100?
Game of Thrones.
Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Jessica Alba or Sofia Vergara?
Alba.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Rugby or soccer?
Soccer.
Yeah, I feel like we have a flow.
Is there a connection going?
I feel it. Can you give us a brief painting of your childhood and growing up? What was that like?
Yeah. Pretty stock standard, I suppose, but I was a bit of a different character, I think. I grew up in Groenkloof in Durban, so I'm originally a Durban boy, and I went to school there all my life and basically got into sort of DJing and stuff around 16 years old, just as a means of extra income, and then that sort of started taking off, and then only when I went to Australia did all this start taking place with comedy and stand-up comedy. But I've always been a bit of a character, I think, just socially, so that's now taken to a larger scale.
A career.
Yeah, so that's very good. Yeah.
Now the next one is a short question, I suppose. Why Australia?
Why Australia? I've had that question a few times, so
You have an answer.
I have an answer. Well, originally I went there so that I could just get an experience outside of South Africa, because I made the move to Johannesburg and spent a couple of years here just working and learning about another city, and something wasn't enough for me. I needed something more, whether that was to go and find myself or to go and just have an international experience, whatever. And I went to Australia because that's where I had some family at the time, and then it just started working out for me, and I really enjoyed the climate and just how everything works there. And
Now I want to ask people that don't live in South Africa normally ask, do we have lions running in the streets and springboks as pets? Do you have kangaroos running in the street and spiders the size of dogs in Australia?
Yep, it's certainly something I might touch on tonight, I think. And it's there's definitely kangaroos everywhere. And whereas originally I went to Australia and I was like, oh, these things are so cute. Like I'd love to just just take one in, maybe 2 or 3. But the issue is that they're seen as pests there because there's so many.
Oh wow! That's
so it is quite difficult because they just sort of jump from A to B. There's no in between with a kangaroo. So. Roadkill's quite a thing, but that's mainly with wallabies, which is the smaller kangaroo option. Yeah, they make a good burger as well.
Oh no!
Yep. Sorry, all
no, that's
vegetarians.
No. Well, how do you know someone's vegan? They tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you want a coffee? Let's have a coffee right now. Hey.
My research team found that you were a DJ, obviously, as you mentioned, and in 2009 you started being recognized for, I just want to quote here, for your notes for the mix of house music and soulful vocals, not vibes, good vibes, I'm sure, and also Spanish percussion. When did you realize that comedy specifically, you can actually put that on your resume as I can do this now professionally?
I think it's more based on the transition that I've had between being a DJ and then becoming a comedian. I've always kind of been on stage. It's just been in a different light. But I think after doing a couple of shows, it was, suffice to say, I could actually go and put that on my resume now.
This is a fan question from a fan. I'm also a fan, but it can be any fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Last year, I think around about August, you mentioned that you're still single. Is that still applicable?
Yes,
or
it is.
Should we? Okay.
I'm bachelor.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Would
you do a TV show? The Bachelor?
I would, but I have to be a bit older, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think. Well, the fans, I'm sure, don't think so. guys, that is unfortunately all we have for today's episode on Kevin Fraser at the Nelson Mandela Theatre in Johannesburg. I encourage you to follow him on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to his events to see which show will be near you next. Then thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my channel up here. Make good choices. See you on the next one.